Do we get the three? Who can repeat the first one? Do not argue with the fuqaha. Or if your intention is to argue with the fuqaha, do not argue is another issue. If your intention is to argue with the fuqaha, number two, sorry? To shame the ignorant, number three. If you desire that people's faces get directed towards you. This is a dangerous action. Any one of these three. Why would he have said that, Nazri?
All three of these negate sincerity.
The what?
It negates sincerity.
Yes, it negates and destroys Tauhid, which is ikhlas. And by doing that, that action that you are doing is shirk, rejected. Because you are not doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any act of worship that has no ikhlas must be an act of what? Shirk. Because anything other than ikhlas is shirk. Do we understand this? Imtiyaz, you understand that? Are we all saved from it? Are we all saved from this major predicament? Our niyyah? Do we all think that we're saved and our niyyah is always khalas, alhamdulillah, 100% for Allah ta'ala? Huh? Do we get scared of this? If you do not get scared, there is something wrong with you. The companions would seek forgiveness, some up to 1,000 times a day, for this problem. 1,000 times, as we mentioned about Abu Hurairah, per day, seeking forgiveness, fearing what? Hypocrisy in action. Sufyan al-Thawri, one of the great predecessors, said, there was nothing harder on me to treat than my intention. There was nothing harder for me to treat, to take care of, than my intention, my ikhlas. So make sure whenever we perform an act of worship, before we perform it, make sure it's for Allah. For He alone can help you. He alone can protect you. He alone can give you Jannah. Your father, your mother, your boss, your son or daughter, no one can give you Jannah except Him. So why would you want to seek reward from anyone other than Allah Ta'ala? It doesn't make sense. It's silly, it's futile. Who is going to enter in your grave? Your father or mother or your friend? No. Who's going to enter? Huh? Yourself. What enters with you? Your deeds. Your ikhlas. If your ikhlas is correct, your deeds will be for you and not against you. But if you have desire for dunya, for the gratification of your mind and senses, or the pursuit of worldly higher standards of living, or if you pursue knowledge or out of arrogance and boastfulness, then you have failed. You have failed. You are here for one reason. I am here for one reason. I care about my future, and that is al-akhirah, not this future. I care about my salvation, as every single one here should care about. His future, her future, and your future is not when you get 30 to 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, no. Your future, your genuine future is in al-barzakh, then in al-ba'ath, the life of the grave and thus beyond. And this is what you should be worried about. And this is what you should be concentrating towards. Protecting your home, protecting your eternal home, not your trivial, transitional, temporary life. This is not your home. So the correct, the intellectual, the wise man will say, if this is my eternal home, and this is only a temporary place of relaxation, if you can even call that, then obviously you need to take care of that before anything else. And again, I repeat, don't give Allah Ta'ala 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week or 3 hours a week. He deserves more than that. He deserves that you get up at night and do tahajjud. with ikhlas. And Ya Allah, you say to yourself in your sujood, please grant me sincerity. Please grant me acceptance. This is what we want, all of us. This is why we're here, to understand how to worship Allah upon sincerity, with genuine deeds that He loves. Not my father or mother or wife or husband. You know, our brother, for example, grew his beard for one reason, only because his wife said you look like a man with a beard on. Garbage, gibberish, rejected. The growing of the beard for that reason is not acceptable. You can grow it, but you have still not done what Allah wants you, which is to grow the beard for Him. So the man that grows the beard for the sake of his wife, it's like he's still shaven. You understand that? The wife that wears the hijab because of her husband, she might as well not wear it, because it's not accepted on her. She's still uncovered in the sight of Allah Ta'ala, because the niyyah is not for Him. The one that prays not for Allah but for the dunya, he might as well not pray, because in the sight of Allah he's not praying, because it's not for Him. This is the importance of ikhlas. This is the importance of preparing ourselves with ikhlas. Wallahi, one action, a minute action that takes 2 minutes with sincerity, ikhlas, is better than a 1,000 years of continuous worship with no ikhlas. Do you understand that? Understand the importance of ikhlas. We worship Allah, not the dunya. Not anyone but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, this is what Ibn Qayyim said, that deed without sincerity is like the traveller who carries in his water jug dirt. Again, memorize this and give it to those around you. Just sit down. Tell you, look, I would like to mention a beautiful statement. Let us understand it and ponder over it and why he said this. There's so much to talk about. Wallahi. But our problem is shaitan, dunya, desire. I want. You want nothing but an inducement of taqwa in your brain. That's what you really need. Because that want is not going to give you salvation. But that needle, that injection of taqwa, of iman, of ikhlas, will definitely help you, inshallah ta'ala.